Hello everyone, welcome to Lukmaan IAS. In today's DTRS session, we are going to cover 10 important MCQs from current affairs. And these questions will help you to qualify the UPSC Prelims exam because the topics that we select to cover the current affairs are very important topics. Alright, so the lead article today will be based on Hoolock Gibbon. So today we are going to understand about this species which is in news. Name of this species is Hoolock Gibbon. Okay, it is part of environment and ecology. So we will understand about Hoolock Gibbons also today. So now before we go ahead, let us quickly go through a quotation. And this is a very important quotation that I have come across today. So it says, every human being has 4 endowments: self-awareness, conscience, independent will, and creative imagination. Means every human being is, let's say, has these innate qualities, these innate abilities. Is that like we have self-awareness, we have conscience, and we have independent will, and we have creative imagination. All right, so these are the 4 important things associated with human beings. So these give us the ultimate human freedom, the power to choose, the power to respond and to change. All right, so this is a very, very important quotation. Okay, so this does provide you some insights. You can utilize or use this particular quotation whenever you are writing an answer to a essay question, or if you are writing an answer in the ethics paper. It can be helpful. All right, so good evening, Hari Krishna. Thank you so much for joining today's DTRS session. Now let us discuss about, let's say, these topics one by one. So as of now, although we have listed 20 topics, but today I am going to take discussion of the first 10 topics. All right, later on we are going to record and upload the next 10 topics. Okay, so first topic is Hoolock Gibbon. We are going to discuss about it. So this is a part of environment and ecology. Okay, so when we read about environment and ecology, we also read about those species that are in news. We understand about the threat level that these species faces. We especially talk about the IUCN Red List. We talk about in which category it is listed, whether it is vulnerable, endangered, critically endangered and all. So that's why species that are in news, they become important for the prelims exam. Then the second topic that we are going to discuss is greater adjutant stock. Okay, this is another species which is in news, so we will discuss about this species also. Then there is a desert, and this desert was in news. It is known as Rab Al Khali Desert. Okay, so we will discuss about location of this desert, where it is located, and we will discuss why this desert is in news. Then we are going to discuss about a disease which is known as acute encephalitis syndrome, or AES. We will discuss about this syndrome, which kind of bacteria or virus or fungi, what causes this particular syndrome. We will understand about that also, because the acute encephalitis syndrome was in news, right, related to state of Kerala. In Kerala it has been reported, so we will understand about that. Then we are going to discuss about Narcotics Control Bureau. A new center has been established for the Narcotics Control Bureau. Okay, regional center has been established. We will understand where is it established. We will understand under which ministry does the Narcotics Control Bureau come. Okay. Then we are going to learn about classical languages in India. As you know, there are 6 classical languages in India. So through this question we will understand like when was the first classical language designated, and we will understand, let's say, which is the first classical language. We will understand about various issues concerning the classical languages in India. We will see whether they are listed in any schedule of the Constitution of India or not. We will discuss about that. And then we are going to discuss about lakes that are in news. We are going to discuss about a disease which is known as leptospirosis. Okay, we will understand about it. Then unified lending interface. This topic has been in news because recently the Reserve Bank of India and one of its innovation hub has, let's say, innovated something which is known as unified lending interface. We will understand about unified lending interface, how it helps in streamlining the lending process in India or credit market in India. The next topic is creation of new districts. As you might be knowing, then in Ladakh 5 new districts have been created. So we will discuss about the powers, like which government or which authority has powers to create new districts, right, within a state or in a union territory. We'll discuss about all of it. So as of now we are going to cover these 10 topics one by one. We'll be little quick in covering these topics. So the first topic, it says consider the following statements about Hoolock Gibbon. Okay, Hoolock Gibbon. So we have seen the photograph of Hoolock Gibbon in the beginning itself today. It is a ape species, right? So in India also we find Hoolock Gibbons, but where are they found? They are found in the northeastern states of Assam and Meghalaya. Okay, they are not found in the western Ghats and all. So they are found in northeastern states in India. And if we talk about what is the IUCN status of Hoolock Gibbon, we will discuss about it through this question. It says it is the only ape species found in India. This statement is right. Second statement, it says it is primarily found in the western Ghats. It is not found in the western Ghats. It is found in Assam and Meghalaya, the northeastern states, and it has 2 subspecies. It has 2 variations. One of them is like western Hoolock Gibbon, second is known as eastern Hoolock Gibbon, and they are categorized differently in the IUCN Red List. If we talk about western Hoolock Gibbon, so they are endangered. If we talk about eastern Hoolock Gibbon, they are vulnerable. And both these species are listed in Schedule 1 of the Indian Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Alright, so the gibbon's habitat is characterized by dense evergreen forest and high rainfall. This is also correct. Correct answer is option C, 1 and 3 only. 1 and 3. Hoolock Gibbon, the only ape species which is found in India. They are found in northeastern India. Alright. So with this, let us now see image. So this is the image of a Hoolock Gibbon. Okay, Assam cites national interest, allows Vedanta project in Gibbon habitat. So there is a Gibbon habitat. There the government of Assam has allowed a kind of national project. A Vedanta project to be worked on. And this decision is a controversial decision because we are encroaching on the habitat of Hoolock Gibbon. Okay, somehow. So that's why. Now let us discuss about this question, question number 2. This is also from Environment and Ecology. We are going to discuss about a species. It says consider the following statements about greater adjutant stock. We are going to see image of this species, but at a later point of time after the discussion of this question. It is a native species of India. Okay, related to this, they say it is a native species of India. It is classified as critically endangered on the IUCN Red List. This species is scavenger and plays crucial role in the ecosystem by feeding on carrion. So see, first statement is right. It is a native species of India, but it is classified as endangered. Okay, it is classified as endangered, not critically endangered. It is endangered. And why this species is in news? Because like in Assam, in the state of Assam, there are a community. There are a community, and in that community, the women have taken the initiative of protecting this species. Okay, of protecting or conservation of this species. So that's why this species was in news. Okay, this species was in news, and so these are scavenger species. You might have seen eagle, you might have seen various types of eagles. So they are the ones who are scavengers, who feed upon the dead animals. So if an animal dies, so that animal will be eaten upon by scavengers. So this greater adjutant stock is a scavenger, and we are talking about that. So first and third statements are right. It means option C is correct in this question also, option C. Okay, so with this, these are the images of this species. Okay, so it is wildlife biologist Purnima Devi Burman on how she set about saving the greater adjutant stock. Okay, greater adjutant stock. So this is how they look like. Now let us move to the next question. Very simple question. Anyone who is preparing for UPSC, they might be knowing answer to this. So recently Rab Al Khali desert, okay, we are talking about a desert, was in the news. Is part of which of the following deserts? It is part of Arabian desert. Which desert? Arabian desert. Basically recently 2 Indian nationals, okay, so they have tried to cross this desert themselves, and like they got stranded. Stranded means they got stuck in this desert because there is no water and the temperatures are very high. I mean, like very extreme temperatures are there in these deserts. So that's why Rab Al Khali desert was in news. Okay, this desert passes through multiple countries. Okay, which countries it passes through? I'll name those countries also. It passes through Middle East, encompassing parts of Saudi Arabia, Oman, United Arab Emirates and Yemen. Okay, these are the countries. All right. So correct answer is option B. Yes, Hari Krishna has mentioned it right. Okay, so this is Rab Al Khali desert. Okay, Yemen, Saudi Arabia, Oman, like that. Okay, it passes through this. Then we have another question. Consider the following. So we have been given, I mean, like the sentence formation here is correct, incorrect. Okay, sentence formation is little incorrect over here. Consider the following. What they have done, they have mentioned those kind of things that can cause, okay, these things that can cause acute encephalitis syndrome. So here we need to identify which of these I mean, like viruses or fungi or spirochetes, whether these can cause acute encephalitis syndrome. Okay, all of these 3 can cause, okay, acute encephalitis syndrome. All of these 3 can cause acute encephalitis syndrome. I will get this sentence corrected. Okay, then we will maybe upload in the description. However, these 3 causes acute encephalitis syndrome. Now, why we are talking about this syndrome? Because recently in the state of Kerala, there were high alert because of 2 different diseases. One of them is acute encephalitis syndrome. Okay, so it has been noticed that some people got affected because of this syndrome, and that's why we are talking about, I mean, like what can cause this syndrome. Okay, so all of these 3 can cause syndrome. Apart from this, parasites, chemicals, toxins and non-infectious agents, they can also cause, I mean, like acute encephalitis syndrome. And apart from this, I mean, like so 78 children have died in in Gujarat. 78 children have died in Gujarat because of this syndrome. So that's why it is in news. Gujarat, hard look. What we know of the encephalitis syndrome plaguing Gujarat. Okay, so many children have died in Gujarat. That's why we are talking about this. Now we have a question based on Narcotics Control Bureau. Consider the following statements about the Narcotics Control Bureau. So they have given 2 statements about this bureau. It is under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare? No. Narcotics Control Bureau is under the Ministry of Home Affairs. Which ministry? Ministry of Home Affairs. Amit Shah, the minister. It was constituted under the provisions of the Narcotics, Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act of 1985. This statement is right. Okay. Why we are talking about Narcotics Control Bureau? Because the government of India or the Ministry of Home Affairs, they have set one regional unit of Narcotics Control Bureau in Raipur, in Chhattisgarh. Okay, so in the state of Chhattisgarh, in Raipur, basically capital of Chhattisgarh is Raipur. So there they have set a regional center of this organization. That's why it is in news. And correct answer is option B, which is 2 only. It was constituted under the provisions of this act. Name of this act is Narcotics, Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act of 1985. Okay. So with this, now let us move to next question. Consider the following statements about the classical languages in India. Okay. Here we are talking about classical languages. So how many languages are classical languages? As of now, 6 languages have been categorized as classical language. Which is the first language to be recognized as classical language? It was Tamil. Tamil was recognized as the first classical language. Okay. So now let us see this question. It is listed in the 6th schedule of the Constitution. This statement is wrong because classical languages are not mentioned in any schedule. Okay. It is not mentioned in 6th schedule. In the 6th schedule, they have mentioned about tribal areas. Okay. So first statement is wrong. Second, Odia was the first language to receive this status. It was not Odia, it was Tamil. You might be knowing about Sangam literature. Okay, Sangam literature. So basically those languages that have a written history that dates back 1500 to 2000 years. Okay, and this language has been spoken by a lot of people. So that language receives the classical language status. So far 6 languages have been recognized as classical language. The 96th Constitutional Amendment Act replaced Odia with Odia. Okay, basically like in the text wherever they have included these languages. So the text, Odia have been mentioned and Odia. And earlier this state Odisha was mentioned differently, now it is mentioned differently. So some kind of correction in the spelling has happened, and this has happened under 96th Constitutional Amendment Act. Okay, so correct answer is only 3. What? Only 3. Okay, option D is right in this case. And we have a previous year question, similar previous year question. We have given answer to that also. Center for Promotion of Classical Telugu, Odia, Kannada and Malayalam demand autonomy for proper functioning. Okay, so they have created separate centers for these languages, and these centers have demanded the status of autonomy so that they can function independently, and so that they can have greater control, and they can have more influence. Now this question is based on lakes. We will discuss about these lakes. It says consider the following pairs. On one side they have mentioned about lake, on the other side they have mentioned about states or location where these lakes are located. Okay, so we are going to solve this particular question. So when we talk about the first lake, which is Uppar Lake, Uppar Lake is not located in Uttar Pradesh, it is located in Madhya Pradesh. Okay, Uppar Lake is located in Madhya Pradesh. Then Kopili Lake, if we talk about Kopili Lake, this is not located in Karnataka, this is located in, there is a river which is known as Kopili River, and this river flows through Assam and Meghalaya. Okay, it is not specifically a lake, but it is more of a river. Okay, like that. Then Sattal Lake, this lake is located in Uttarakhand. This statement is right. So only 3. Correct answer is option C. Means only 3 is right. Okay, so these 3 lakes, these lakes are in news. Why? Because recently Telangana Chief Minister expressed concerns that wastewater from farmhouses built around the lakes and ponds is being released into twin reservoir. Okay, so this Gandhipet and Himaya Sagar, which meet the city's drinking water requirements. Okay, so that's why some lakes are in news, so that's why we are talking about this. Telangana Chief Minister. Now we have another question, question number 8. We will discuss about this question. In the context of leptospirosis, what in the context of leptospirosis? Consider the following statements. It is caused by leptospira. Okay, it is caused by leptospira, P-I-R-A. So first statement is wrong. It is most common in tropical and subtropical areas with high rainfall. This statement is right. Okay, so we are talking about a disease. Which disease we are talking about? Leptospirosis. Okay, so just a minute. So I'll share some important insights, important details related to this disease. Why leptospirosis is in news. Okay, so Kerala recently, Kerala has faced twin problem. One problem is outbreak of Nipah virus. You know how deadly the Nipah virus is, And then leptospirosis. Leptospirosis is another kind of, like emerged. It is also a major public health concern. So like one can get infected because of leptospirosis due to direct contact with, with reproductive fluids from infected animals, contact with contaminated water or soil, or eating or drinking contaminated food or water. So if you eat or drink contaminated food or water, there is possibility that you may be affected because of leptospirosis. So what is leptospirosis? It is a kind of disease, okay. The State Health Department has confirmed that the danger has subsided as no new cases were reported related to this, Nipah virus. But Kerala is grappling with severe outbreak of leptospirosis, and it is a bacterial disease. What kind of disease? It is caused by a bacteria, okay. It is caused by a bacteria, and name of this is leptospira, okay, leptospira. Correct answer is option B. Nipah threat subsides, Kerala faces new health challenge, okay. Nipah is one virus. Then we are talking about a bacterial disease, leptospirosis. Next question, question number 9, alright. With reference to unified lending interface, consider the following statements. Now let us understand what is unified lending interface. We all understand what is UPI, unified payment interface, okay. So UPI is, using this UPI, everyone can transfer money to any account. For example, if I have mobile number, your mobile number, I can transfer money to your account easily. So UPI has made it very easy to send money or receive money from people. Similarly, like there is an innovation hub in the Reserve Bank of India itself, and this innovation hub has worked on creating unified lending interface. And how it is going to be helpful? It will be very much helpful for lending institutions like banks, non-banking financial companies, or all those organizations that are in the business of lending money, right? The credit institutions or lending money, right? So like similar interface is being built by the Reserve Bank of India, okay. That's why it is in news. So it is a technological platform. What is this unified lending interface? It is a technology platform which would enable frictionless credit, and it was launched in India in 2024 by the national. It is not yet launched, but it is not by the National Payments Corporation of India. It is built by the Reserve Bank of India Innovation Hub, not by the National Payments Corporation of India. NPCI has played role in the UPI, Unified Payments Interface, okay, not in ULI. Then the combination of JAM means Jandhan Aadhaar Mobile, which was known as a trinity, but JAM, UPI, Unified Payment Interface, and ULI is described as new trinity, okay. It is described as new trinity. Earlier these three, Jandhan, Aadhaar and Mobile, they were considered to be a trinity, but this time Jandhan Aadhaar Mobile plus UPI plus ULI, all of these three are considered to be new trinity, okay. So they are going to shape the future landscape of lending ecosystem in India, okay. So payments will be truly digitalized. It will become a public infrastructure, okay. So it is public utility infrastructure in fact. So only two of the above are correct, first and third, okay. So with this we will move to the next question. Question number 10, and this is going to be the last question for discussion today. It says, with reference to creation of new districts, consider the following statements. Now let us understand how new districts are created. Generally, in case of a state, let's consider there is a state in India, right? So in our state, if they want to create a new district, the state government can directly notify and create a new district, okay. A new district can be created by carving out some area from the existing places, okay. But the thing is, if let's say it is a union territory, who is going to create? It will be created by the central government in that case, because union territory is administered by an administrator who is appointed by the central government. So central government has authority to create new districts in the union territories. Okay, so now let us discuss about this. The power to create new districts or alter or abolish existing districts rests with the state governments. It rests with the state governments in case of states. Okay, this statement is right. It can be done through an executive order by issuing a notification in the official gazette. This statement is also right. Okay. Third, recently Zanskar, Dras, Sham, Nubra and Changtang are the 5 new districts created in the Union Territory of Ladakh. Okay, so this statement is also right. I mean, like, these 5 new districts have been created by the Union Home Minister. I mean, like, you know, so he has announced for creation of new districts. So first, second and third statements are right. But in this question they are asking how many of the given above statements are incorrect. What they are asking? They are asking how many of them are incorrect, and we have seen all the 3 are correct. So none of them are incorrect. Correct answer will be option D. If they would have asked how many of the above are correct, answer would have been C. But now they are asking incorrect, so that's why answer will be D. Alright. So let us see the news article. So Amit Shah announces 5 new districts for Ladakh. Okay, so like in Ladakh 5 new districts have been created. We have given explanation to this question and all the previous questions also. Now Aditya Pratap is asking, sir, will the state government have to inform or seek permission of the governor? See, the governor does play a lot of roles. Okay, for example, if any new act is to be made, right, so it has to pass through the state legislative assembly, and if in case they have a state legislative council, so it has to pass through state legislative councils also, and later on the governor has to give assent to for it to become an act. But the thing is, when we talk about creation of new districts can be created by an executive order of the state government. So executive orders can be passed by the state government directly, okay, without without the approval of the governor. However, what I believe is some consultation mechanism might be there, but this is a matter of local administration. So for this, like, you may read little more about it. It's a part of public administration optional subject. So those students who are students of public administration optional, they study in detail about how the local and state governments are function, what are the consensus mechanism, what are the mechanism that is being followed. But since in this question they have explained that it can be done by the state government by a official notification, okay, by simply issuing a notification in the official gazette. So for issuing a notification in the official gazette, I believe like they do not need any governor's consent. Okay, this is what is my opinion. However, you can read more, and if you have if you come across some new information, you can share it through the chat section, or you can comment about it. So that will be all for the day from my side. So I have discussed 10 questions, and we will get this PDF uploaded in the description of this YouTube video. Tomorrow also we are going to have a similar discussion, DTRS session. So thank you so much everyone for attending today's session. I hope you have a good day ahead, and thank you so much for joining. When you join online, so it really inspires us to take better discussion, to do our best, and also come up with good questions. Okay, so try to join online whenever possible, or you can watch the videos also at a later stage also, because it is available on YouTube. Thank you so much. Thank you.